Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very special edition of the Evening Golf Podcast. Because today is Wednesday, it's April 22nd, and we've got all three of us together for the first time in Evening 9 pod history. Welcome.
This is unbelievable. This has been something we've been dreaming up for about a week, and we made it happen. So, this is going to be a fun episode. We're kind of hoping, kind of our vision is that this is the new norm. Whenever we can. Again, we're all three very busy men. I'm the least busy out of all of us. So we're going to see it. I don't know if you disagree, but hopefully this is kind of the new norm, and we can get some more of this going forward.
Yeah, I love it. The times I haven't been able to join you guys, I've been listening the very next morning, and so I'm all for it. I know the fans probably love it, so I think we can get a good rotation going here.
Yes, sir. We're gonna go with the reason why you had to come back was because Tim was getting a lot of hand. You had to reel him in.
Yeah, around here.
I'll stay out of hand. I don't care.
That's what you're here for. You're here for the clickbait. So no, I'm just kidding. But let's not get away from ourselves. I wouldn't really say a big week this week, but we have a week. We have a fun week. We have a very different week with the Zurich Classic. If you guys don't know about the Zurich Classic, it is a team event. So, yeah, I guess it's kind of. I'm not going to compare it to the Ryder Cup. I'm not going to compare it to the Ryder Cup, but it's a similar format. You have 2 days of best ball, 2 days of four ball. So very interesting. What are you guys looking forward to it? What are your guys' thoughts about the Zurich Classic? Just initially, like, what do you think of the format?
Yeah, to shoot you straight, I'll start just because coming into this, I already knew what my feelings were, and I'm not a fan of the team format. I think if anything, if the PGA is going to do some alternate type of tournament, go back to the match play. The team
Yeah.
of like these two-person team events are just so, I don't want to say meaningless, but like, last year Ben Griffin, Andrew Novak won. Like, come on, give us some. It feels like an individual doesn't have to earn it. So
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of switching up the normal tournament style for sure, especially kind of in an off week between majors, but not the twosomes. Let's do the match play again.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel the same way. I just think it's one of those things. When you're gonna switch it up, you want to make it something that people want to play in, and it's just nobody's playing in this tournament. I mean, I think the only reason Brooks Koepka's even playing is because he needs points right now to get into signature events. So him, Shane Lowry, obviously Matt Fitzpatrick coming off of wins playing with his brother. But other than that, you really are lacking any of the primetime talent just because it's just such a small tournament. If you're going to try to switch it up like this, I feel like you got to make either the purse bigger or put it in a little bit more prime time so more people want to play.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess I'll kind of disagree. I think it's a fun concept. Like the team event is definitely a cool concept. Especially because it does count for points. Like I think for some players, they look at it as this really fun opportunity to maybe play with one of their good friends on tour. Or I mean, look at like Matt Fitzpatrick and Alex Fitzpatrick. I think they almost look at it as like, hey, if we win this, Alex, you're on tour now. So that's pretty cool. But also going back to Hido, you just said about Ben Griffin last year, like, yeah, it's really cool that he got his PGA Tour event or he got his PGA Tour win, and it kind of opened a lot of doors for him. But also, I wonder if they really count that as a true tour win because, yeah, you still have to play really good golf, you still have to beat a whole field, but like you're not you're not doing it by yourself. Like look at I know Shane Lowry and Rory won a couple years ago. Let's be real. Shane Lowry is a great player, but I think even he said like, yeah, it's not very hard when you're paired up with one of the best golfers to walk the face of the earth. So yeah, I mean it's a cool event. I like how they switched it up. It gives them a chance to play with again some of their friends or maybe their brothers, whatever. But it's just it's not quite as entertaining compared to like especially whenever we're coming off a big season like the Masters, the RBC. Then we get the Zurich Classic where Tim, like you said, not a lot of players are playing. You know, it's not quite as big of a purse, and then on top of that, the people who win, it's like I don't know. To me, it doesn't really count as a win, but still a cool event regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any notable tea times? Maybe any notes? The course, of course. We're playing the Zurich Classic of New Orleans. We're down at TPC, Louisiana. I personally don't know anything about the course. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts. If not, we could go into maybe some notable tea times.
Yeah, I know absolutely nothing about the sport, so I'll be honest. Um, I know I've tuned in a couple of times before. Honestly, nothing really stood out to me. Tim, I don't know if you have any intel about the course. If you studied, I'm sure you did.
No, absolutely not. I couldn't tell you a single thing about the course. Tee times, I think the first day, I think probably the most popular time will be the 129 off the front with the Fitzpatrick brothers, and then Koepka and Lowry are all playing together. It looks like that first day. So those
Oh
are
wow.
probably the two most popular pairings that first day. So I would imagine that a lot of coverage would be on that. I think those are the two favorites going into the week as well. So that's probably the biggest
Yeah,
biggest tee time going on the first day.
yeah, that Fitzpatrick brothers tea time I always love because, like I said, Matt Fitzpatrick is thus far this year he's been the best player on tour in my opinion. I think in most people's opinion, I think it's kind of hard to argue that because now he has two wins. And his brother Alex is a really good player. He's on DP World Tour, but I just think it's cool how every single season you. Whenever it comes to this event, Matt Fitzpatrick always plays in it because, like I mentioned earlier, if they were to win, Alex Fitzpatrick gets full exemption on tour because he's considered a PGA Tour winner. So that's something that I really think is interesting, and that's one aspect about the Zurich Classic that I think is really cool. Is like hypothetically, they could go. You know, somebody could invite. I don't know, somebody with, you have to have at least some PGA Tour status, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody could go invite, somebody on a friend on the PGA Tour Americas. They win, they're automatically elevated to the PGA Tour. So that's one thing that's kind of interesting, and that's one thing I really like about that Fitzpatrick pairing is just it's kind of like Alec or Matt Fitzpatrick's like, hey, if we win, you're on tour with me. So I think that's pretty cool.
Hmm. Yeah. Well said.
But another tea time, I think we all have to be watching out for. Like to me, I think they should be a top five betting favorite. Um, Obviously, Christo Lamprecht and Neil Shipley. That's one we're all going to be looking out for. Deadly duo, Mermaid Man, Barnacle Boy. Uh, that's what they're going to look like tomorrow. But two great young players. That's all I'm saying. Watch out for the big ships first tour win. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. A lot of people have gotten their first tour win at the Zurich Classic. So
How about making a cut? There's a cut at the Zurich, right?
I know whenever you're a player like Neil Shipley, you don't really worry about the cut. You really
uh,
don't worry about the cut.
I see.
Don't ask how many cuts he's made this season. Because I think it's one. I think it's one out of his five events or six events, something like that. Um, So I heard a funny story of like going off of like the Alex Fitzpatrick, and so it was I forget who it was that, but he was on Smiley Kaufman, the commentator on NBC. He has he has like the happy hour of Smiley Kaufman. He used to be a phenomenal player. He's really good friends with Ricky Fowler and JT and Spieth. He used to go on the spring break trips with them. He's a phenomenal player, but somebody had their partner drop out, so he made a short like a big board of players that he was gonna invite, and just went down the list. And Smiley Kaufman, he sent him a text and asked if Smiley Kaufman wanted to play in the Zurich Classic, um,
Wow.
but unfortunately, Yellow Mirage stepped in, so we're not going to see Smiley Kaufman at the Zurich this year.
That was going to be one of the notable Tetons I love. Two guys we've talked about in the past, Ryan Gerard and
Yes.
S Yellow Maraju.
Yeah, that would have been pretty entertaining if we would have seen Smiley Kaufman because I mean allegedly it's been a while since he's been on tour, but allegedly he used to be a great player, so that would have been pretty funny there.
Yeah. A couple other Tetons that stick out to me. I think it's cool when you've got former college teammates teaming up together. In honor of our past on the Geneva College golf team. I give a shout out to Michael Thorbjornsen and Carl Phillips, two really, really up and coming guys. Thorbjornsen, I know I've talked about him in the past. He's one of my favorite young guys, and he fits the Oberg mold really well, just in his build, his distance off the tee, and in his potential. So I'm excited to see those guys. And then who was it? A couple of Kent State guys, Mackenzie Hughes and Taylor
Here we
Pendrith,
go.
it up together in a group. So I'm sure there's more college teammates out there that are playing at the Zurich, but those are the ones that stick out to me right away.
Absolutely. There we go. I mean, you gotta be looking out for the Kent State guys for sure, for the hometown guys. I don't know how much more we have about the Zurich Classic. Luckily, there's been a lot more going on about the game of golf. But if you guys don't have any more notables, so what we agreed that we're just going to pick one team and just kind of do a free for all on our one team.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Since you've been just killing me, you can pick your first team. Even though I know my team, I'll go last, and I don't think anybody's going to be picking my team. So
Yeah, I've been looking at a couple of different teams as well. Obviously, there's Ben Griffin, Andrew Novak playing together again. I'm not going to pick them, but that would be a good pick this week. Um, I think I'm going to pick Aaron Rai and Sahith Thigala together.
right,
Is
it's a
that
great
your
pick.
That was gonna be my pick. That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, those two guys have. I don't know about Thigala. I know I've seen Aaron Rai's name a couple times on some big leaderboards this year, so they'll be fun to watch this week.
Yeah, thanks for taking my guys, Hido. Normally I would be going with Brooks Koepka, Shane Lowry, but to pivot away from that a little bit, and Brooks Koepka has changed to a mallet putter, so I'm not
Oh,
gonna pick
brother.
him this week. I'm gonna go with Hao Tong Lee and Jordan Smith.
Yeah,
The 234 tee time. Hao Tong Lee has a lifetime fan in me, and I'm gonna ride with him this week. Jordan Smith scares me. I'm not a fan of his game at all. I think he's last right now in the up and down percentage in the PGA Tour, but Hao Tong Lee is gonna carry me home this week.
Tim, you're probably the first person to ever pick a team because a guy made a 10 on a hole. That's probably the first time that's ever been someone's logic on why they're going to pick a player. But if it works, it works.
It's his smile, man.
Yeah. Do they both use blades or, since I forgot that you only pick players that use blades?
I'll look that up right now. They probably both use mallets, but everybody does. But Brooks
What
Koepka has just changed to a mallet within the last year, so he's new to the game, and I'm not happy about it.
what
he's
about like Adam Scott who uses a broomstick Lab DF3, I think, or DF1. The some mallet, some Lab broomstick mallet. Are you ever going to pick him?
Probably not. Yeah, the broomstick is worse than just the regular mallet. We've already been over this. We don't have to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it.
yeah. Yeah, we're wasting space, but um, sorry about that. But my pick for the bit is kind of in the same category with Tim picking Hao Tong Lee. maybe not quite as talented, but I am going to go with Christo Lamprecht and Neil Shipley, the hometown kid. I'm just feeling him. This is going to be his best finish. Neil Shipley's really going to propel that team forward, and I'm excited. I'm here for it. Whenever we see Neil Shipley as a top 5 player in the world, just know that I was here first. So
Yep.
I just want that to be known. But
I would
yeah,
also on the big ship this week. That would be amazing. To be totally honest, I would love that.
I mean, let's just say he gets a win. We know he does in majors. We know he's a major performer. He's been in 2 majors as an amateur, and he was low and both times. So by that logic, next major he's in, he's going to win just because he beat all the amateurs when he was an amateur, and now he's probably going to beat all the pros when he's a pro. So that's kind of logic that I'm choosing to use. I'm just kidding, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm an optimist. I'm an optimist for Neil Shipley. It's been a rough season for him, but we're looking ahead. We're definitely looking ahead. So remind me of your guys' teams. Hido, you went with Aaron Rye and Sahith Thagala, and Tim, you went with Hao Tong Lee's team.
And Jordan Smith. And I did some research. Both of them are using mallet putters, but Jordan
Ah,
Smith, it has the 2 prongs, which aren't as bad.
okay.
It's kind of like a hybrid. So we got like 1.5. So we're going to ride with
So
them.
so he's using the Odyssey 7. Interesting.
The one that Cameron or Smith's using is the Scotty Cameron T72 prototype.
Okay.
Hao Tong Lee is using an Odyssey, which I'm a fan of, but not the mallets. So
Let me just tell you this, and maybe you'll be a fan for life as well. Neil Shipley goes between 2 different ping answers, and they're both ping answers. He goes goes back and forth to do 2 different putters, and they're both ping answers. Last time I checked, so maybe you found a new fan in you as well. But anyways, if that's all we have for the Zurich Classic, I apologize. It wasn't the most vigor, or wasn't the most maybe the most entertaining debate, just because there's not a lot of knowledge about the Zurich Classic. It's definitely, in my opinion, it might be the least anticipated event of the season. Maybe like one of the Puerto Rico Opens or maybe the Mexico Opens. But like I said before, there is still a lot of news about in the world of golf going on. So Hido, I don't know if you heard any of the live rumors. I know we talked when you weren't here last time about Bryson exploring some more options. About returning to the PGA Tour. Talk to us a little bit about that, since we haven't heard your opinion. And then on top of that, there are rumors that he is requesting $500 million to stay on live next year. Um, Talk to us about, are you buying that, or what do you think of that?
Yeah, well, you guys recapped it well in the last episode. Still mostly rumors as far as we're concerned of what could really be the case with Liv. But yeah, from what it sounds like, things are starting to dry up over there. The Saudi funding is uh maybe not, it's not running out, but they're just withdrawing it.
Yeah,
This might go down as like the biggest failure investment ever. We're not
yeah,
talking about like a rich guy buying a sports team and it being a failure. Like this is a whole league,
hundred
and
percent.
this is unbelievable amounts of money that has been invested into it. And like yes, it's a startup league, but after what's it been 5 years and unimaginable amounts of money, that it's not a startup. It should certainly have legs now, and it doesn't. And so I think they might just be cutting their losses and saying good luck to Live and withdrawing their funding. Um, And so that also makes me believe that what the rumors about Bryson asking for 500 million, I totally believe it, and I would do the same
Yeah.
thing if I were him. Um, yeah, I think you guys said that during Masters Week there were discussions with his team about how he could
Yeah.
sort of segue out, and that kind of made me wonder if it led to him being quite distracted, being part of the reason why he missed the cut.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, quite a quite a story. Do you guys, what do you guys have to say? I saw something funny, and I'm gonna make sure I fact check
Okay.
myself before I.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not doubting. I've seen from multiple sources now that Bryson requested 500 million. I'm not doubting that at all. And to me, that's probably him just kind of saying, um, "Hey, I want to make sure that I'm going to get paid. I'm going to, I was basically here on a promise. I just want to make sure I want to get paid. So if you can't promise me this, then I'm not going to be here because basically this is the promise we had. So I don't doubt at all. I don't think it's a terrible move. I honestly think it's kind of Bryson trying to get his way out. If I'm being honest, it's kind of what it seems like. And yeah, 100%, very, very well could have been distracted during the Masters, hence why he missed the cut. But I just did a quick research, Hido, about the PIF and how much they put into Live because, like you said, this is probably one of the worst investments, at least in sports. Like we came in and Live was the new kids on the block, and they were pouring all this money. They were given, I think they offered Tiger $1 billion to try to move. Obviously, Tiger did not bite. They're sending out money left and right. It was insane. This is just Google's AI overview. As of 2026, Saudi Arabia's PIF has invested over $5.3 billion, and now they are just pulling out. They're basically taking their medicine, taking their losses, and they're done. Basically, I guess they said that they don't think it can profit anymore. So that's pretty wild. Yeah, one of the worst investments maybe in sports history. What do you think, Tim?
Well, first of all, I want to know what I know PIF is Public Investment Fund. I want to know like what that is. Like, is that just some couple random people from Saudi Arabia? Like, what is that? But yeah, I mean, it seems to just be it's kind of a matter of time before Live is going under, and with them pulling out, I mean, from their perspective, that's just they just wasted so much money, and just as a whole league, it just kind of feels like a failed science experiment that some kid did in eighth grade that their parents didn't help them with, and now it's turned into this sandwich that just isn't working and nobody's interested in it. Yeah, I've been to two live events. They were enjoyable, but I just don't think that the market is quite there with their best players complaining about conditions of courses and wanting the amount of money. I think it's hard when you start out promising so much money, and then the grass isn't always greener no matter how much money they offer. So I think these players are starting to realize that they got paid and maybe it's time to go back to the real tour. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think that it's just really a matter of time.
Tim, real quick to answer your question about the PIF. From what I understand, and I just did some research to confirm it. Basically, it is a sovereign wealth fund, is what it says here. Basically, it's a investment fund that is controlled, or that not controlled, but is, I guess, is state owned and controlled. Basically, it's Saudi's government investing in it. That's basically
Gotcha.
what it is. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty wild. It's all pretty wild stuff. Like we said last time, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for Live, especially because like, how are they going to pay? Their whole thing, a couple years ago was we're going to pay the biggest names a lot of money. How are they going to do that? So um,
Yeah,
regardless of what we think,
let me ask you a question
yeah,
too while we're talking about the PIF. Not to go into in depth on it because that's not what Live is about, but has been the propeller of Live. And we've said a couple times right now that they're just gonna cut their losses and move on. But I truly do wonder, has it, even if they're withdrawing, even if it seems like they've wasted all of this money, has it actually been a loss for them? If you think about it for a second, at least in my personal experience, I don't know if it has been. Like, I'm not saying it's changed the way I view them, but it's just made me view the you know what's the head guy's name? Yasir
Oh,
something. Just
I'm not,
like seeing the face more in general, and
yeah.
knowing that is part of golf. Like I think that was their ultimate goal. They
Mm.
care
Yeah.
about having return on their profits so much as just getting their face out in the public. Really, any attention is good attention. So
Yeah.
maybe it's not even a loss for them. I don't know if you guys would differ. I don't want to go too deep or get all political about it, but just
Yeah. Yeah. I know they said like when they first started that was a goal. If I'm not mistaken, they did want to kind of I mean they've supported a lot of sports leagues as of late because like I said I think they want to kind of I don't want to fix their image, but I get that. Yeah, like there are a lot of live fans out there, or a couple of live fans out there. And yeah, you guys have both been to events, and maybe they have brought a positive light, but also I don't know how much of exactly they've lost. Just because they've invested 5.3 billion does not mean they've lost 5.3 billion. They haven't lost anywhere near that. I don't know what they lost, but I know it was a notable amount of money. I still think you need some returns, and obviously that's why they're pulling out. I'm assuming so. Yeah, I mean, I guess not a total loss, especially for the PR aspect of it. But to me, it's still you got to make money off of it, and obviously they did not do that. So very interesting stuff. But how did you look into that? You said you had something funny about it, or did you? Um,
yeah. And actually, I now that I'm thinking of it, I have two funny things actually
okay.
coming out of live media in the past week. All right, the first one is I saw it online, the email from CEO Scott O'Neill of Live Golf. This is last Wednesday, so basically, right when all of the drama and the news picked up, he sent an email out to the players encouraging them. We're still playing this week. We still have funding. You guys might have seen it, but let me just read the final couple lines of the email. He highlighted what a good 2026 it has been for them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then this is how he ends it. Let's go out and show the world why Live Golf is the future of the game. It matters. You mattered. Now let's go win. What's that supposed to mean? It's like
It
he's not
mattered.
players.
Wait. Repeat. You said it. You matter, or it matters. You mattered.
Yeah, I don't know what the it is when he say it matters.
Oh
Maybe
man,
golf in general. And then he says you mattered. Now let's go win. So I thought that was really
that is pretty
great.
funny.
And then
Again,
another, go ahead, go ahead.
I would say again to me. I know I said the last episode. It just screams Michael Scott getting in front of the board meeting, screaming they have a plan and they're not going anywhere, and then gets back and they say we don't have a plan. What are you talking about? Why would you say that? But that's the vibe I get from it all.
Yeah, and then let me tell you guys something else I found pretty funny too. This was on Liv's Instagram page. I'm sure they posted it on their other socials as well. But this is also at the height of when rumors were just spiraling like crazy. When the summit was happening, no one knew what the outcome was going to be. And Liv posted on Instagram, it said breaking news, all in a decorated post. And then you swipe to the next page, and it was the tee times for the Mexico City tournament. So I thought that was hilarious because they know they've got every single golf fan's attention with that post.
I I will say one thing about Live is they have a great they had now they have a great social media team. They do really good on social media. They've been pretty funny to watch.
Yes, good stuff.
Great stuff. Um, Yeah, I know. I mean, that's pretty much all that's happening in Live. As far as I know, like I said, a big part of it is really just have to wait and see. And it seems like every time I said that, something news happened like the next day. So who knows? Maybe tomorrow there's going to be huge breaking news. But yeah, I mean, pretty wild. It seems like it's all kind of spiraling, and yeah, I mean, it's insane. We're just going to have to wait and see and kind of keep an ear out. And I'm sure this will not be the last time we talk about it, even the next couple of episodes. Um, but with that being said, I would like to segment into one of my favorite segments of the podcast that we've recently added. I did remember to put the questionnaire on the story, so we do have questions. We do have two questions. So I'll give one to you, Hido, and then we'll take turns and kind of cycle through the next one. Hido, this one's for you. The one is coming from your mom. It's coming from your mother, Robin Hido. Robin Hido. Says, why do fans say, "Give me my son back" at tournaments?
That's amazing. I was actually at home on Sunday afternoon, and we had on RBC Heritage, and it was, I don't know. I think Tim, you said you were watching it. Matt, you weren't, but it was clear as day. One of the final shots of the tournament, dead quiet, and the fan is just ripping. Well, give me back my son. And I had no clue how to explain it. I was like, yeah, they say that at golf tournaments, and you might ask why, and I say I don't know.
Yeah, there really isn't. I don't even know, because it had to have been from somewhere. Like, people didn't just randomly start saying, "Give me my son back," or "Give me back my son," whatever. But I don't know. It's funny though. It's a good one. Let me just do a real quick game. Tim, this one's going to be for you. Okay. Give me your top three. Like, when people I guess exclamations, like give me my son back. What are your top three that get shouted after drives at tournaments that you've heard?
Okay. For first with the "Give Me My Son Back," I just looked it up. It's a viral heckling phrase inspired by Mel Gibson's line in the 1996 movie Ransom. Um, so I don't know, but top three. I mean, I think the best is mashed potatoes. Um, Another one, Baba Booey. That's always a classic. Love that. Um, and then I mean, it's on par threes a lot too. But if it's a short par four, get in the hole. I always love that one. I love saying that when you're playing a casual round and somebody hits a shot that's nowhere near going straight. You just say get in the hole, just to add salt to the injury if you're feeling a little frisky. Um, but I would say those are the first three that come to mind for me.
To me, you left off one major player, another one that's pretty good. Light the Candle, I think, is number one. That's a great one.
That is a good one.
I'm not
That's a
going to do it.
fun
I'm not going to
spot.
do it. Light the Candle. And then, I mean, there's just so many good. Baba Booey is a great one. And then the other one is I think it was Tiger. I think it was when Tiger and someone said, "Yeah, playa." That's a great one. There's so many good ones. We gotta we, we gotta get to a tour event. We gotta start coming up with new ones. We gotta come up with new ones, because it's a good. Maybe we'll start yelling beef tallow. That's
When you hit, yeah, you got those tallow on the hands when you got a good chip. It's just that's what it is.
have either of you ever tried, like, yelling, like, after a drop, like yelling something? It's so nerve wracking.
Yeah.
Every single time I've ever been to a tour event, I've always said, you know what, I'm gonna say something, and I never do. I never do, because it's like, it's a quiet event. It's like, okay, you want to be respectful. You don't want to do it too early. That would suck. That's a bucket list. That's a bucket list item of mine, though. I gotta come up with a new one, though. I gotta come up with a new one. So maybe you guys can help. Yeah, DM us some ideas of
Yeah.
things I can say. Maybe I don't know when the next tour event I'm going to go to is, but yeah, get a hold of us. Let us know your thoughts of what I should say next tour event. The next one, this comes from a former coworker of mine, actually, Johnny Capone. Johnny Capone, 23. He had a lot of questions. We're just going to answer the one. I don't want to. We'd be here for about 4 hours if we answered all of them. But it's a great question. This one's a great questions, though. I'm just going to kind of paraphrase it. If golfers had walk-up songs like the MLB or the WWE, what would yours be? What would your guys be? I know mine. I have a couple. So I mean, I can go first if if you guys want, but I want to hear your guys's.
Yeah, you go first. Give me a second to think about that one.
So first, my two that I'm thinking off the top of my head, "Turn My Swag On" by Soldier Boy, and "Simple Man" by Murder Skinner would be my two. I don't know. It just kind of depends what kind of mood I'm in.
Hmm.
Yeah, something not too not too upbeat. You got to keep you locked in the zone. Um, I really don't know. I don't want to say like Eye of the Tiger or something like that. Go to Tim. Come back to me.
I did have a big advantage because I did get this question about an hour ago, so I've been thinking on this one. So
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go. Oh, man, that's. I'm gonna go. Greatest Love Story by Lanka. It's
oh
like a
my
country
god,
song. It's and it kind of tells the story about me and golf, but it keeps me locked in. That's what we're gonna go with.
I don't know what I can say.
I'm not a big like when I think about song and golf, I don't if I've thought about a baseball game and I have a song for baseball, it's a little bit more upbeat, but with golf, before tournaments, if I listen to music, it was always something calm. So keep it,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but that doesn't mean that you're not necessarily doing it for you. You're doing it for your appearance. You're doing it for your appearance. So like, I never listen to music before or rarely during rounds. But it's for my appearance, I'm putting on a presentation. That's why "Turn My Swag On" by Soldier Boy would be great because it's getting everybody pumped up. It's getting everybody excited to go watch me probably shoot a ninth. So
All right, well if we're thinking in that realm, I'm going Can't Be Touched by Roy Jones Jr.
okay, okay. Um, I did have others that I was thinking. I don't want to be unoriginal, but I do like the Mason Miller. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mason Miller, uh the San Diego Padres closer. I do like The Blind by Korn. That goes pretty hard. So that's another one I would consider, but that's a little unoriginal.
Yeah, to stay on that theme, I was gonna say the Swag Surfing Song by Soldier Boy.
Mhm. That's a good
Um,
one. Yeah.
I agree with Tim. I don't think I personally like to get super hyped up. It's been a year since we played competitively, so who knows at this point.
Yeah, if I ever, well, how do you get into the competitive realm? You compete what, like once a year?
Yeah, I did once last summer. Now that you say
Yeah.
that,
If 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 you, because you are planning on entering that again, if I'm not mistaken, and if I do get the honors of being your caddy, maybe I'll just put something on my phone real quick. Let's say now now teeing off from Kent, Ohio, Josh Hido. I'll just put some on my phone speaker. So could be, it's an option. It's an option we can explore. I don't know. As your caddy, that's what I'm here for. Whatever you want, I'm here to cater to your needs. But yeah, those were two good questions. More fun questions, a little less serious questions, which are always fun. That's part of it. But yeah, thank you both to Robin Hido and Johnny Capone 23 for the questions. Yeah, they were good questions. But yeah, I mean, a little bit of a shorter episode today. I apologize for not having too much to say. Usually I'm I'm running my mouth a little more, but it was a great episode. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully, we see a lot more of us three. Do you guys have any more remarks to close out, or anything else you want to talk about?
Tim, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, one thing I would just say this weekend, I think it'll be interesting. Luke Clanton and Blades Brown playing together. We got a combined age of I think 40, which is probably less than some of the people playing. So I think that'll just be interesting to see two young talents out there playing. But other than that, it's been a pleasure. Hope to do it again sometime.
Yes, sir. I am. I'm looking forward to the next time we can get all three of us on here. It was a pleasure. These are you're probably going to produce our best episodes. So, thank you guys
Let
for
me
getting on.
two things out real quick too. Just since I couldn't jump on with you guys last week as you're talking
Absolutely.
about heritage. Uh, Also on the theme of hot takes, this is all I'll say about RBC heritage. The plaid is a terrible look. There's way too much plaid. I see it and I don't like it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Also, I don't know what I'm assuming the Masters green jacket came first. But I feel like like some of these trophies, they try to get too original. They almost come out unoriginal. The plaid jacket, the week after the Masters, come on. But that's
Yeah,
sides of
I'm a
course. That's
fan. I'm a fan of it, surprisingly. I know you guys will disagree with me again on that. I like it.
I've got one more question for you guys too.
yeah.
I know it's your bedtime, so we gotta get wrapping up. But I have a question for you guys. Where do you think tomorrow morning I have a tea time? Where do you think I'm playing?
Ooh.
Well, since you're at your apartment, I'm assuming it's going to be in somewhere in.
If you give
Obviously, it's
us
got
a
to be somewhere
state,
in
is it Ohio or Pennsylvania?
I can't give you a state. It's just so you would never guess it. That's what I'm excited about.
or guessing.
Do I know that it exists? Do I know this place?
The place, probably not the course.
Oh my goodness.
Don't overthink it. It's just a quick bit.
I don't know.
Something in
I was going to
Cleveland.
say
No, I've got a tea time tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's
what?
Wow.
What course?
It is called Gross National Golf Club. Believe it or not.
Interesting. I do recall you telling me I think a couple weeks ago that you were going to Minnesota and work and you're playing up there. So I should have known. I should have known.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to it. So
It's awesome.
yeah, just had to throw that out there.
What if it's like 20 degrees? What if they get an ice
Yeah,
storm real
I
quick?
know that was my only concern, but right now it's looking like it's going to be about 60 when I tee off. So I
Ooh,
love
Well,
it.
that's
that's
good.
perfect.
Awesome. Well, I mean, hey, there's a lot of great courses up there in Minnesota. So I hope you enjoy that. Another thing, just while we're on the topic of our game, I had a 50-yard hole out today. It's pretty sweet.
Let's
It
go.
just checked up and just it kind of took a couple hops, checked up and right in the hole. So
Let's go.
um, unfortunately, it was my third shot. I had to punch out. So still a good birdie. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty fun. I've been playing a lot of golf as of late. So.
Yeah.
Haven't been getting any better, but it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. So yeah. But with that being said, I think it's time to wrap it up. It has been a pleasure, you guys. Thank you guys both for getting on, and thank you all for tuning in. And we will see you next time.
See ya.
That's good.